All right, good morning. And today is September 29th, 2024. Welcome to the 401 Sports World Show. This is the WNBA. All right, this is the WNBA semifinals preview. I am Mr. 411. Welcome to the show. Today is September 24th, 20, September 29th, 2024. Um, hope everybody is safe out there. The hurricane just came through the southeast and did its damage, and now it's on its way. But we are still here. We're kicking. Prayers go out to all the families and people out there that had to endure this, and I hope everything works out for the best for everyone. Today, we're going to discuss the WNBA semifinals, and boy, what a semifinals is going to be. You have basically the top four teams in the league. Um, Pretty much no surprises here. The teams that did advance are the teams that were expected to advance, and so we're going to dive into the semifinals of the W. So get ready for it. All right. Make sure you do the following for us. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe, the notification bell, and share because sharing is caring. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Mr. 411 on TikTok. Help us out over there. The page is growing, and we definitely appreciate everything that you do for us. Make sure you go to TikTok, Mr. 411. Same thing on Instagram, Mr. 411. Do the same thing there for us, and just help us out there. We're on multiple social media platforms. And of course, we are on YouTube right now. So all you have to do is just type in 411 Sports World Network on the YouTube. 411 Sports World Network on YouTube. All right. We definitely appreciate it. Let's dive into this. All right. The semifinals of the W are upon us. It begins today. Semifinals. It begins today with a with two great matchups, and we'll talk about both of them. And we'll start off with the we'll go ahead and start off with the matchup between the Vegas Aces and um, the New York Liberty. And so this is a heavyweight matchup right here. A lot of you know that these teams matched up in the finals. So they're not they're two teams that are familiar with each other. New York definitely wants to, avenge what they did not achieve, which is win the championship. And they look like this season they're on that mission, and they're definitely in position to do it. They have the best record in the WNBA, and so they're definitely really striving to try to win it all. But in order to do that, they will have to defeat a team that is deep. I mean, their roster is deep, it's tough, and that's the Vegas Aces, led by Asia Wilson, and Asia Wilson is um, the league MVP. So congratulations to Asia Wilson achieving that. Um, and before we dive into it, here's the playoff format. The first round was the best of three, and now we're moving into the best of five series in round two. So that's going to be exciting for the league. We'll give you a little bit of the schedule here. Semifinals, you're looking at a Sunday, Tuesday, Friday type of setup for this matchup, and that's pretty good. They're gives teams time to rest. They're actually going to be able to travel back and forth now, two games in New York, two possible games in Vegas, and then come back around with a, if necessary, the uh, the tiebreaker. And so we'll see how it all pans out. Let's get into a little bit of this matchup. Vegas and New York during the season. New York 3 games to 0 over Vegas. And one of the matchups where pretty much all the teams were there, all the players were there, New York still won. And so right now, if you're just going by the regular season, man, New York looks like a team that would definitely be the one that's favored in this series. Vegas now, we'll go here with Vegas. Early in the season, they did not have Chelsea Gray. And without Chelsea Gray, um, Vegas was on a real slow start. They lost a lot of games. Um, they did not look like a championship team without their point guard. Despite having Asia Wilson on this roster, despite having the deep talent that they have on this team, that Becky Hammond has at her disposal, they got about what, four Olympians that was on this roster, and so they still struggled though without Chelsea Gray, and that cannot be overlooked. Her value. So I think Chelsea Gray is going to be the key to this series. Will she hit those jump shots? Um, she definitely is going to make plays. With her passes and her vision and things like that. But will she hit that shot? Because if she hits her shot, that's going to open up a lot of things for Vegas. Um, Asia Wilson's going to pretty much get her numbers, but it's going to take more than just that to beat a team, to beat this New York team, because this New York team is tough. They have Ionescu, and they just go back to the last series there against Atlanta. Ionescu just was a monster. She was 50% from the field, and to be a shooter, be a perimeter player and be 50% from the field, that's saying a lot. Her free throw percentage through the roof, and just look at the assist total as well, 7 assists. So Ionescu really just turned her game all the way up in the playoffs. You know that they have talent all the way across the board, so it's just a matter of, to me, it's just going to be a matter of, are they going to just continue to play at that rate? And if New York does, they're going to take this series. I just think that New York has too many weapons, and they're going to have home court advantage, and they have the hunger from losing to Vegas in the finals. That I think that this team is on a mission, and they're just going to do it. You got to remember they have the Brittany Stewart as well, so like, I mean, they have the scoring coming from all angles. They're pretty good defensively, but this is just a matchup here where Vegas, with that slow start in the season and not really able to move up into that 2-3 slot, this is going to be the part where it comes back and bites them. I'm taking the Liberty in this series, and I have the Liberty taking this series um, with a. They're going to take this series 3 games to 1. There will be competitive matchups, competitive games throughout this series, but I just think that New York has just a little bit more going for them, um, and that hunger and that taste of losing, being that close and not winning the championship. I think that's what's going to drive them to make sure that they advance to the WNBA finals. And so that's my pick there. All right, we're gonna get into the next matchup, the second semifinal matchup, which is between the Connecticut Sun and the Minnesota Lynx. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. But what we're going to do now is take a quick break and come back on the other side and get into that matchup.
Is it time for massage? Of course. Come on out to the best of the best day spa in Miller, Georgia. Heavenly Spa Mobile is located at 2484 Ingleside Avenue, Building A, Suite 101A. You may go online to heavenlyspamobile.com to see my availability and schedule your future appointment online. Don't wait too late. You might miss out. Look forward to seeing you soon. Happy pampering.
All right, and we're back. Okay, we're back with the back to the show. We want to thank Heavenly Spa Mobile, 2484 Ingleside Avenue Building A Suite 101-A. It's in Macon, Georgia, 31204. Latanya, she can be reached at 478-747-9231. That's 478-747-9231. Heavenly Spa Mobile, where relaxation is the key. All right, we thank Heavenly Spa Mobile for supporting the 401 Sports World Network. All right, here we go. Second matchup uh, in the semifinals for the WNBA. And this matchup right here is an intriguing matchup for me. It's going to be one of those matches where a lot of people, they may care for this series, they may not. It's not going to be that glamour type series like the Vegas and New York matchup is. But nonetheless, this is you got to watch this series. If you love defense, this is your series. Okay, the Connecticut Sun, who dispatched of the Indiana Fever 2-0 and advancing to the semifinals. The Connecticut Sun are going up against the Minnesota Lynx. So this is a very intriguing matchup here. And if you love defense, this is your series. Okay, this is your series if you love defense. If you look at the WNBA defensive ratings since 2016, you're going to see Minnesota and you're going to see Connecticut. This year's versions of those of each team. Look at where they rank since 2016. So you're talking about two of the top five defensive ratings in the league over an 8 year span. The two of the five highest rated defenses are going up against each other in the semifinals. Defense, if you heard of that moniker, defense wins championships. Well, that's one thing that both of these teams can hang their hat on is the defense, and so get ready for that. Obviously, with Connecticut, uh, you have Alyssa Thomas, who's a warrior in that painted area. You also have Dejanay Carrington, who is a perimeter defender. She is definitely a pest on defense. She hounds you, uh, plays with grit, hustle, all those things. Got a little bit nasty in her as well, and that's part of being a great defense. And so this is going to be a very good matchup between these two teams. Um, and with that said, Minnesota at the same time, their team defense has been elite. And so here we go with this. Man, 2 versus 3, and here's the series season series. As you can see there, Connecticut 2-1 versus Minnesota. Now, Minnesota has been all season across the board. You can't deny Minnesota. They've been basically the second best team in the league for the entire year. We talked about the defense, but they also have offense. And this is one of the teams that's one of the best teams in the league at shooting the 3 pointer. So Minnesota, not only being a good defensive team, they're able to shoot from three. So if Connecticut is going to win this series, they definitely have to take away the 3 pointer, the 3 point shot from Minnesota. And that's something that I'm going to be keen on, and you should as well. All right. And then one of the key players in this series, and in my opinion, the most important player in this series, and this lady should have been there should have been way more discussion about her as MVP of the league, Nafisia Collier. She didn't have four Olympians on her roster, like Asia Wilson, but yet she put up monster numbers during the regular season. And if you just look at what she just did in the playoff in the first round, 40 points, 64% field goal percentage. That is a ridiculous number, 64%. Just think about it. A guy like Shaquille O'Neal shoots in the 60 percentile. And we know that a lot of those are dunks, right? He's a big man. He's right there at the basket a lot. Collier shoots from the outside. She plays inside, plays from the post. So for her to shoot at 64%, that's unbelievable. 5.5 boards. You're looking at almost 6 rebounds a game. On top of that, look at her 3 point. Look at the 3 point percentage. Like this is ridiculous. This this lady is arguably the best player in the league. I know we talk about Asia Wilson, and rightfully so, but this is an Asia Wilson version without all the flair, and you're getting that with Collier, and also the 4 assists to add to all that, plus 90% from the free throw line. She's basically unstoppable, and her game is complete. She has a complete game. So this is going to be where also another issue for Connecticut on the defensive end. And it's a good thing that they're rated third, uh, over the last 8 years in defensive efficiency because they're going to need that against Collier and Lynx. So again, Connecticut has to stop the three. They have to shut that three down, 3 pointers from Minnesota. They also have to figure out what they're going to do with Collier. If you watch Minnesota's offense, they use Collier in pick and roll, and from that point, she can pick and pop, she can drive. There's different versions of that. Plus, if she does catch it and forces another double, she can swing it. And then now that's where the three comes into play. So keep an eye on the defense. Again, wrapping this all the way back around. Defensive series, that's what's going to be the key here. For me, on the offensive side for Connecticut, great signing, bringing Mabry over, getting that trade done with Chicago, and adding Mabry actually helped Connecticut as far as what they need on offense. Mabry can get hot at any time. She can shoot from three, and so we need to see what type of series Mabry has in this one. But I'm gonna give you my prediction on this one, and I'm leaning with Minnesota, going with the team that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Um, Going with the Minnesota Lynx in this one, and I think the Lynx takes this series 3 games to 2. So I think it's going to go to a fifth game, and I have the Lynx advancing there. And so my WNBA Finals prediction is going to be the Lynx and the Liberty. All right, so that's what I have. This 4-1 has that as a prediction. You can post your predictions on in the comment section, if you will, so that we can hold everybody accountable on their picks. All right, we're just having fun there. All right, that's it. That's all I have today for the WNBA. Hey, tune in 10 o'clock a.m. for uh, triple option, and that is our college football preview slash review show. We love to cover the action of the current week, and then we preview the next week. And so make sure you check out the gang there. Uh, I'm gonna have some interesting people on this week, and some people that are invested in that Georgia Alabama matchup uh, that was from last night. And so we'll tackle that, and we'll dive into some more things. We'll talk about the Heisman. We'll talk about Travis Hunter and his Heisman possibilities of winning that. And hey, I have a super contender for that. So get ready for it. All right, diehard Steeler fans, shout out. By the way, shout out to your Steelers. They're off to a great start. And yeah, make sure you tune in 10 a.m. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, share, because sharing is caring. And we'll be there for the college football talk, triple option. And the first game we're going to tackle is that Georgia Alabama game. And then we'll go from there. Absolutely. All right, we appreciate that. Diehard Steelers fan. That's a great franchise. They have a great fan base as well. So yeah, can't wait to see you over there when we start up that show at 10 a.m. Technically 10:05 a.m., but we'll see you there. All right, WNBA. Big shout out to you and your league. Going to be paying attention. I'll be watching tightly because I want to make sure that my predictions turn out the way that I have them. And good luck to all the teams that are participating in the semis. And lastly, let's give a shout out to the teams that were eliminated in the first round. Great seasons by all those teams. And the WNBA, we'll see what they do next season too, as they continue to grow and expand. All right, I'm Mr. 411. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take care.